Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so before we start, I would like to say thank you, for your participation. Thank you for your time, your effort, money also, karena because through these sessions you spend money also, for the data package, from your cell phone. So I would like to say thank you for that, for the efforts, and I do hope that the sessions will lead us into our better performance, quality of competency, in terms of how to present ourselves in front of public, and also for our daily communications. And these programs purposely, or the purpose of this program is actually to create a better understanding on business English communication. So that is the whole theme of this program, ya. Jadi tema utama dari program ini adalah pada komunikasi di bahasa Inggris dalam konteks bisnis. So ideally there are three performers, ya. Secara ideal tuh harusnya ada 3 performer. Mereka yang mewakili sisi bisnis, from business perspectives, from English perspectives, and also from communications perspectives. Previously in our first episodes, di episode kita yang sebelumnya, there is only one performer, me. Hanya ada saya, because the other seems like still afraid, to stand out and perform themselves, gitu. Jadi mereka kayaknya masih ragu-ragu, but that's okay. We will do the process, kita akan ikuti prosesnya. The main point is I'm giving you the space, saya memberikan, kami dari Unit Talk ini memberikan ruangan ini buat teman-teman untuk bisa relax, to present and use your English without any without any judgment or unnecessary judgment. Jadi judgment yang tidak penting, tidak perlu, but the judgment that you are going to have, judgment yang akan teman-teman dapatkan. I can assure you that this is a very practical judgment and also necessary judgment, because you are going to get the judgment after your performance. Teman-teman akan mendapatkan judgmentnya itu setelah performance-nya, ya. So that's for the pengantar tuh apa? What is pengantar in English? Closing is closure, right? Escort, right? So that's for the escort of the sessions, Okay, so in this moment, di sesi kita hari ini, we have 2 speakers, and the first speaker is Miss Fitria. Give applause for her. and then she will deliver the presentations related with HR, Beliau akan mempresentasikan sebuah sesi terkait dengan human resource management or human resource communications. We will have a better understanding, inshallah, in terms of how Department of HR operates, and also at a glance, secara umum, and also personal, from Miss Fitria's perspective. So without further ado, silahkan Miss Fitria, the time is yours. And your time to present is, I give you the limit for 20 minutes, Silahkan dioptimalkan. And then after that, we are going to discuss related with your presentation. Silahkan.
Hey, good evening, Mr. G, and good evening, Salsa. Thank you for welcoming me. Oh, it's been a while. Okay. So, Mr. Adam, oh wow. There's the supervisor here. Okay.
Langsung panas ya.
Yeah. Well, my name is Fitria Mustika Putri. I currently work in HR, and tonight I want to present actually my personal thoughts about HR, especially maybe not the technical, but the thoughts they change after I join HR. So, as disclaimer, I'm not a professional HR. I also don't have a degree in HR or educational background on it, but I just currently managing the HR department in my office. And I've been working on HR for the last 1.5 years. So such a short amount of time, but even in that short time, I felt like, so many perspectives have changed. Not only for me as an employee, but also for me as a human being. So that's what I want to share to you. HR or not, I hope we can learn something about this. Okay, let me share the presentation that I have prepared. Okay, there you go. A very colorful one. Welcome to the team. Yeah, can you see the presentation? Yeah, with the title thoughts that
Yes, I can see it.
change after I work in HR. Thank you, Mr. G, for the confirmation. Well, introductions, I have taught you my background, not from HR, but currently working and managing the HR. Okay. The first point of view of HR, when I heard about this department or this particular position, is why too many policies? Well, being from a non-HR background, I always thought policies were a burden for me. I disliked too many policies. I felt like policies limit how I work. But then after I joined HR myself, I realized that policies are actually not a burden, but instead the accommodation. In every policy, there's a reason behind it. And what we as HR staffs must do is to put a good narration on it. I have this story from my office. Well, we have this agenda called Healthy Friday. It is held once in a month. So in this once in a month time, on Friday, we will hold usually exercising together, like do the aerobics, things like that. And by the regulation, the agenda can last up to 8:05 or 5 minutes past 8. But then in my office, there are employees who are frontliners. So frontliners are people who work on the front line and just like a teller in a bank. So these frontliners need to be ready and open the service for the taxpayers. You can see my title, I work in a tax office. So they need to be ready at 8 o'clock sharp. So if we use the what we call it, the time, we use the rules that the Healthy Friday is held from, let's say our work starts on 7:30 every day. So if we start on 7:30 and ends at 8, it will be impossible for the frontliners to join our agenda. So that's why my boss, the head of the office, made this policy where for this agenda, we must come from 7. So we started at 7 and ends at 7:30. So not started at 7:30, but ended at 7:30. So there would be space for the frontliners to prepare. And then, excuse me for a second. There is something going on back then.
Okay. Yeah. While we're waiting from Miss Fitria, perhaps Kang Adam would share something from Miss Fitria's presentations. What is your impression so far? You're ready now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It was my husband. He needs to take clothes.
Okay. Yeah, please, Kang
Sorry for
Adam,
the
say something
inconvenience.
first. Yeah.
Okay.
Silakan, Kang Adam. Oh, Mr.
Okay.
Adam. Ya, silakan.
Yeah. Sasa ingat ya, it's only Mr. G who can call me Kang Adam. You are not allowed to call me Kang Adam. So yeah, I'm impressed with the slide of Miss Fitria. Yeah, it's very nice. And yeah, that's it first.
Okay. Ya, silakan Miss Fitria. You're ready to continue?
Sure, yeah, I'm so sorry for inconvenience.
Yeah.
Well, the story continues. So, as my boss came with this policy, what my boss did was she put a good narration on it, because if we need to start 30 minutes earlier, there must be a reason for it that can be understood by all of the employees, right? So before my boss asked all the employees to come at 7 sharp, she told us that your friends, why I made this policy, because your friends, if we start earlier, our friends could join us together and we can have this fun, healthy Friday together. And it's only once a month and we can accommodate our friends. So I think policies is actually to accommodate. And as HR staff, we need to just tell the reason. And for the employees, we can try to put ourselves in someone else's shoes. Maybe at that time we were not the frontliners, but those frontliners who need to be ready to work at 8, they were our friends. And maybe someday we would need their help. So yeah, every policy has a story and it is made actually to accommodate. Okay, so there's a piece of change of mind about why there are too many policies. Okay, so yeah, it's all about communication. As well, before I signed up for being the speaker, I was uncertain if this topic was about communication or it was about business. But then I chose to sign up for the business, because why I couldn't decide at first, because I thought policy making is actually about communication, that we turn to we make it legal. So the too many policies that I thought before were actually just needed to be spoken. So for HR staff, we can be transparent, but still efficient. And what I did in my office, no, not what I did, but what I do, because I plan to do it for a long time. Every time I make an announcement, Well, whenever I make an announcement or I order the task to be done by the employees, I always try to give one line, so one sentence to tell why they have to do that. So I make sure it only it concludes in one sentence. So my employees, the employees in my office, they know the reason behind it. They know why it is need to be done, but still efficient, because if you explain like a page of why you must do this, and maybe if you put maybe the law behind it, nobody will read it. And if nobody reads, nobody understands. So for HR staff, we can be transparent. We must be transparent, but still efficient. And for employees, well, this was me when I had not joined HR. I used to be so grumpy or complain about those policies, but only in my heart or in my head. I didn't speak of it. So, but what I realized after I work in HR is, as the employee, you are allowed to ask as long as you're respectful, and yeah, you can ask openly. And a good HR must create a space to do the discussion. So just ask. If you feel, oh, I still feel like this new policy is a burden, you can ask your HR why we must do this, what's the benefit. So it's all about communication from the HR and the employees. Well, we go to the next slide. Okay, this one is actually for maybe the HR side, about the unlimited growth and never mundane. So in most office or most companies, I assume that HR has this role of supporting. They don't do the core business. Yeah, maybe except if the company itself is an HR company, yeah, it's another story. But in most companies, HR has a role of supporting, not the core business. So people, employees tend to feel like HR is less important. And I also thought like that before I joined HR, because yeah, if even the salary, we all know that yeah, of course the HR is paid less than those people who do the core business, but it doesn't mean that HR is less important, and it doesn't mean that HR cannot grow. And after I joined HR, I realized that the potency for you to grow as an HR is actually unlimited, as long as you prioritize the employee, which includes yourself. You are also the employee. So if I need to give a backstory again. I really love to put backstory because this is my personal perspective. Well, after I joined HR, I created a website, just a plain website, not the professional one, just a plain website to put everything about HR related to the employees there. So all the employees can check, yeah, everything about related to HR there. And even if I'm working on something, I will work the Excel file there. So even all the employees can check my work at the real time. And yeah, I'm really satisfied that the website is going smoothly, but actually the website is not on my job desk. So it's not my responsibility to make a website. But I did that because I thought about the employee. I prioritized the employee, not just prioritize my tasks, not just I never feel that I come to work only to finish my task. No, but I come to work every single day to help the employee do, yeah, everything on that everything that they have to do. So by prioritizing the employee, and it also means including prioritizing yourself, the growth is unlimited. And after I finished creating the website, other ideas started to come. And yeah, the creativity is actually limitless. So that's from the HR perspective. And for the employees, well, uh, yeah, after I joined HR, I still got some comments from fellow employees that ask, what do HR do? What not questioning like you want to know, but more like you think you ask because you think HR is not that important. So like, what are you doing? Is your job is not that busy. You are not as, you don't have as big as responsibility as us. But then, yeah, I think for employees, we can always try to be respectful, because no matter what is your position, you can always contribute to your company or your office. So yeah, I think in HR, it's never mundane. The work is never same, even every single day is different. Okay. The next one is, here comes the perspective of employee themselves. Well, attitude matters more than you think. So I myself am not an ambitious person. Up until now, I don't really aim for a higher position in my office. So I always thought, as long as I obey, then I'm okay. Because yeah, I didn't aim for anything. I never imagined myself as a boss, as the leader. I just want to go to work and get paid, and that's it. But since I have worked for 10 years now, so it's a decade, it's a long time, I realized that if I only have this perspective as an employee, that I just need to obey, then I'm okay, I realized that I started losing my spark in working, my excitement in working. And to give myself, to return the excitement, I now know that as an employee, I have to engage, because if I engage, I thrive, I grow. So that's what I realized about working after this decade, completely a decade. Well, what my role has and an HR staff is, HR can really arrange the ecosystem so that the employees are engaged. So the employees are willing to do more, to give their best work. Like, let's say, just currently, last week, my boss, head of my office, made a policy for every division has to make a morning briefing for an hour maximum. So every morning we must make a group in our division, and we can talk about anything relating to work, maybe the problems that happen, maybe our work plan on that day. So, but we must talk together every morning for maximum an hour. And that is the new ecosystem for my office. But then I realized after that, because it was maximum, an hour is the maximum time, my division usually didn't take up to that much time. We usually just gather for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So because we ran out of topic, but my supervisor at my division, he always ends our morning briefing with a prayer. It's a new habit and a good habit that, of course, it will not come if my boss didn't ask all the employees, all the division to make a morning briefing. So HR really can arrange this ecosystem, can make something good inside the office. And for the employees, I think what you can do, but relating to the attitude, is that you can give back to your employer, especially if the ecosystem is already good or well made. I think it's not just about getting your salary, but to give back to your employer is also an act of self-actualization, an act of self-fulfillment, an act of to give yourself your own satisfaction. And just like I said before, to return the spark when you work. And yeah, that's what you can do, that as the employee that can be supported by the HR. And this one, I put it the last. This is my last slide because, and my favorite one. So I put it the last because the more diverse, the richer the outcome. This one I really love because I realized that the differences between employees, between people, is actually very celebratory. It's really nice to have different people in your office, in your company, because imagine that. My last story about this is that I am a serious person. My friends and family know me as a serious person. I mean, I can laugh easily, but I'm not the one who makes jokes. So but thank God, my team in HR are not like me at all. They like to make joke, make fun of each other, and we can laugh together. And sometimes I imagine if my team is like me, if their characters are like me, very serious and maybe goal driving, my division will not be as fun. And I myself, even, I don't want that. I don't want to be in a division or in a team where everybody is like me. So the more diverse, the richer the outcome. I believe in that. And yeah, from fit to flourish, I think if we put people in the right place, and that's what HR do when the employee enters the office, we must put the right people on the right place. Because if you put the right people on the right place, the fit will become flourish. The people we put in the right place will grow and grow. And that's I don't want to say it's thanks to HR, but I want to say it's thanks to the circumstance that is built by the HR. So both for HR staff and employees, I think we all can cherish the differences and think about the differences as what we call it, a beautiful tool to get the better outcome for our company or our office. Well, that's it about a little thoughts that change from my perspective after I work as an HR, and maybe if Mr. G let me, I open a Q&A question, but section, but that is up to the MC. So I give it back to the MC, and thank you so much for the time.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Fitria, yeah, for your perspectives in terms of the thought that has changed, yeah, after you finally step on HR, yeah, as an employee, yeah. So, guys, please give you a reactions, yeah, even if it's Tom or give applause, yeah. So this is my perspectives, yeah, from your presentation. So number one is you must increase your empathies perspectives when you step on yourself on HR, yeah. And then the second points I got is policies must be transparent but also efficient. That is one interesting sentence I get, yeah, from your presentations. But the most interesting one, of course, you guys perspectives, ya, as a member. Jadi yang paling menarik tentu saja perspektifnya teman-teman nih sebagai viewers atau participants dari presentasinya Miss Fitria. Silakan, you may give two point of perspectives, yeah, after you get the presentations, and if you have questions to Miss Fitria, the time is yours. Yeah, I give you the opportunity to give a Q&A sessions is for 8 minutes, ya, 8 menit, silakan. Silakan. Miss Salsabila dulu. This is a free space for you ya to practice. Jadi ini tuh sesi yang benar-benar nggak ada judgement dalam tanda petik ya when you perform gitu. Jadi saat perform weh gitunya. Doesn't matter your English is 20% bahasa, 80% English, 50% bahasa, 50% English, or even 199.9% bahasa and even a little English, yeah, just like Jaksel people. I don't care, ya. The main point is you focus on the sessions and enjoy the moment, ya. Silakan, Kak Salsa, mungkin silakan, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Mr. G, for this opportunity. I'm so happy, and I have one question for Miss Fitria. I'm
Before that,
curious.
state your perspective first. 2 points of your perspectives.
Okay.
Something positive you got.
Okay, my perspective about HR is HR, the division that make employees to grow and develop themselves, and also to make policies, but still transparent and open up to saran and kritikan.
Yes.
And yeah, that my two perspective for Miss Fitria.
Okay.
And then my question is, I'm really curious to become HR. What are the most important qualification for be HR? Because I heard from you have an educational background to be HR. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Salsa. Please, Kak Fitria, provide the answer.
Well, it's actually not my ability to answer because my condition in my office is different. I work for the government. So in my organization, it's my background, usually because I work in a tax office, all the employees' background are mostly from tax or accounting or law. So now nobody comes from HR. So, but we still need that HR position. We also still need other supporting position as well. So when I moved to the tax office in Bandung, because the HR position was empty, so they put me there. My supervisor put me there. So that's what happened to me. So I didn't put in HR because of my qualification, but because of the needed position. But what I learned, if maybe you are interested in HR, I think uh, the ability to absorb the what the company and the employee needs. So it can be, maybe if you are still in university, you can get it from joining joining a community, or what we call it in the university, like BEM or organizations in your university. So because when you practice, maybe you join some organizations, then you will start to learn by practice how to meet those needs from the company and the employees. And once you have that ability to make it meet in the middle, and I think it's the most important skill you can bring to the employer, when you apply for HR position. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you for the answer ya. Silakan yang lain that perhaps would like. This is not only just Q&A ya. If you have a questions, please give the questions to Miss Fitria. But if you have no questions, simply just mentions your perspectives from Miss Fitria's presentation ya. Silakan. Perhaps Kak Salsa, you can point out someone. Mungkin bisa tunjuk seseorang. Karena orang Indonesia harus ditunjuk-tunjuk wae ya.
Okay, I will
Kak
choose.
Oda tuh, Kak Oda.
Oh, okay.
Thank you Kak Salsa ya. Kak Oda
Okay.
silakan.
Hello, good afternoon, guys. My name is Sahabat.
Ya,
It's
good
nice
evening.
to meet you all. Sorry, I wasn't quite staying focused on that question because I'm still working with my stuff. But maybe I just want to say about my perspective about the HR. I think HR plays a really important role in shaping the company culture and making the employees feel supported. And it's not just about the hiring and the paperwork. And also, it's more about creating a healthy environment where people can grow and do their best work. Something like that. And then perhaps I would like to ask a question. You know that I think nowadays we already know the AI things, right? It becomes our daily basis, like we do in our working stuff. We use AI to ask something, and also we want to have a better solution with the AI. So I just wondering if there is AI things in HR that you ever use on your daily basis. Maybe that's the question.
Okay, thank you Kak Oda ya. So it's not just about paperwork, but more in depth ya with people ya. Jadi lebih coba mengenal tuh manusia tuh gimana sih cara berpikirnya, how human thinks, human thought ya. So continue, silakan. Tadi ada Kak Riki ya, silakan Kak Riki.
Hi.
Hello, is it possible for
Hi.
you to open the camera? Kalau boleh ya, silakan.
It's possible. Yeah. Wait
Okay.
a second.
Ah,
Hey, sorry, I'm not using the background.
ya silakan Kak Riki.
Okay. So I'm gonna convey my perspective as an employee. So I'm currently working remotely. So it's really rare for me to conduct with HR, honestly, unless if I want to propose some my annual leave or maybe the employment contract. Okay. Yeah. I'm not really engaged with the HR, so I just work on my own stuff. So I don't know how it feels to to interact with HR in working from office. Okay, that's my perspective. And my question is, after you're getting a chance to to be an HR, what the first thing that you did when you know, oh, this is the chance I'm getting a HR, and meanwhile your educational background is not from psychology or not from your education. So what things that you learn about getting a being an HR for the first time? I know you learn from the experience, but do you read books or do you learn some psychology stuff? And do you know how to interact with humans? Something like that. Yeah,
Ya, silakan Miss
that's
Fitria, there is
the
a
questions.
questions.
Thank you.
How you manage to survive, ya, in HR, compare with your educational background.
Correct.
Yeah, so actually, even though I didn't have an educational background in HR, I'm by what define means kebetulan gitu. Uh, so I really enjoy learning about psychology and communications. And yeah, I think that's what I try to practice when I became the HR. So put my only from maybe I don't learned about it from school or university, just learn from Google, but maybe read some books. But I think I learned about communication and about psychology before I joined HR. After I joined HR, I didn't have that much time, so I just practice. I just learned by practicing. And I think what makes me survive in HR is, yeah, that the mindset I bring is not to come to the office and finish my work that day doing the routine, but to assist all the employees need. So comes with that perspective to, yeah, to give the best for the employees and also give the best for the companies. And I don't think, and that comes from heart. I think it doesn't need a textbook for that. So just trying to do my best. That's all.
Thank you, Kak Fitria. Yeah, but yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, so learning about human is also important for all human, yeah, or all job positions, I guess, yeah, in my opinion, yeah. So thank you for the questions, Kariki. You may point out someone and the other, perhaps, in terms of how to make this space is equals for all, yeah, or you are able to share your thoughts and train yourself to speak in English. There are 5 questions in your screen. You may feel free for you to answer which questions that probably able to for you to answer. Silakan.
So I point out someone in this.
Yes, you may point out someone.
Oh, okay. Maybe Agung.
Silakan, Kang Agung. Halo, Kang Agung, are you there?
Yes, hello. Sorry, I
Halo.
didn't really pay attention before.
Ya, silakan, Kang.
Is it about the presentation or any
Oh,
question that I
feel free
should?
for you. The thing is,
Okay.
I give you just the trigger. If the trigger comes from previous presentations, that would be okay too.
Okay. I believe HR is really important in a company. Actually, I run a business, but I don't have an HR people yet. That's why I have to play a role on my own. And from what I know, just like Mr. Before, who is Mr. Ricky? Is it Ricky?
Ricky.
Mentioned most of the HR people they are major in psychology actually, because I have some of my friends who study psychology for a bachelor degree, and they become a HR person, because you must understand the psychology of people, when especially when you recruit employee, and especially when there's a conflict between an employee. You must understand how to solve the problem, and you must understand how to what is it make a they become peaceful.
Mm.
That's what I know actually. This only my perspective
Yeah,
about the presentation. That's why I'm watching this, because I have to play the role by myself, and I didn't have major in psychology for sure.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's it, I think, from me. Thank you, Mr. Gatot.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Kang Agung. Yeah, I don't even have English major. So I just do what I love, yeah. So Kak Fitri, there is a question previously from Kak Oda, yeah. So is there an AI or how you manage to use an AI, yeah, on your HR activities on daily basis?
Okay, so I don't use HI in my daily basis.
AI.
Yeah, AI. I do not use AI because my company, not the company, I work in government. I mean, my organization has its own applications about, especially about HR. So everything about the needs, if you want to submit a paid leave, if you want to submit other letters, you can do it from the internal applications. So I don't use AI on no, I never use AI for my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Kak Fitria. So, teman-teman, finally we are able to achieve our last point, yeah, from the first presentations. There are two presentations for today, the presentation from me and also Miss Fitria. And the last part for each presentations is actually from English feedback. Yeah, so we are going to discuss together, and it is also free for you to provide questions in terms of English, how to learn English, or something related with grammatical rules or even pronunciations. Yeah. Jadi, wait. Now, this is my andalan. Yeah, what is andalan in English? Yeah? The applications I always use, yeah, in terms of how to provide clear explanations for pronunciations. So I spotted some mispronounce, yeah, from our discussions before, and the things to make it perfect is all, of course, yeah, to recognize it better, not only just from the sound, tidak hanya dari suaranya saja, but how you are able to read, ya, the phonics formula. Jadi in English dictionary, kalau kita lihat di kamus bahasa Inggris itu akan selalu ada dua bagian, ya. So the terminology, the English terminology, and then how to pronounce. Jadi cara melafalkannya. The first word is, okay, this is a very interesting one. Thought. Ya, jadi kalau teman-teman melihat ada, wait, there is this kind of logo, ya. It means like in a, it means you must pronounce it just like when you pronounce the fa letter in Arabic. Yeah. So it's not ta, it's not ta, yeah, or T letter, yeah, but fa, yeah. So if this one is your teeth, yeah, put your tip of your tongue, yeah. I'm bad with, I draw with my mouse actually here. So this is the way to pronounce it. Thought.
Thought. Thought.
Or in Name means North American English.
Thought. Thought.
Thought. So it's not thought, but thought.
Thought. Thought.
Okay, ada yang mau mencoba? Is there anyone want to try to read the sentence? Silakan, ada yang mau coba nggak? Ini tinggal baca doang ya. You just recite the sentence nih. For example, thought of doing something. Nah,
Okay,
jadi
let me try, Mr. J.
silakan Kang Adam.
Which sentence? Any sentences?
Yes, feel free. There are
Okay,
many
sure.
sentences here.
Okay, I don't like the thought of you walking home alone.
Oke, perfect ya, sempurna. Silakan, ada lagi yang mau coba nggak? Thought ya, jadi thought. Oke,
I want to try.
silakan.
She was struck by the sudden thought that he might already have left.
Oke, thought ya.
Thought.
Nice. Kak Salsa nih kayaknya udah mencang-mencong nih. Silakan dicoba Kak Salsa. Tinggal dibaca doang. You just recite the sentences ya. Di unmute dulu Kak Salsa.
Mr. J, can you repeat again? Thought.
Oke. Wait ya.
Thought.
Thought.
Oke, silakan tuh. Thought. Fa gitu ya. Jadi bukan ta gitu ya, tapi thought. Fa.
Thought.
Silakan.
Ada tas ini ya di belakangnya ya. Thought.
Thought. Silakan.
The very thought, if it makes me feel sick.
Oke. Ya. The very thought of it makes me feel sick. Coba pelan-pelan aja. The very thought of it makes me feel sick.
The very thought of it makes me feel sick.
Okay, good ya. Thanks for trying. Terima kasih sudah mencoba ya. Okay, that is the first word, yaitu kata pertama. Wait. The second one is from the word. Jadi the rules ya in pronunciations. Jadi aturan di pelafalan kalau dalam bahasa Inggris. Kombinasi TH ya, yang ini nih. Ini saya selalu mengulang-ulang ini ya, karena really high frequency words gitu. Jadi TH itu hanya bisa dipronouncekan dengan dua jenis huruf kalau dalam bahasa Arab. Gitu. Huruf fa ya dan the. Yang ada di kelompok fa itu tadi tuh ya. Thought with apa lagi ya? Apa lagi? Give me an example. Selatan ya. Right?
North.
Okay, north. That's right. Ya, nah ini kelompok fa. Jadi bukan T ya, jadi bukan thought atau with atau south ya, tapi south. You can see that you can feel there is mendesis sound ya, begitu ya. Okay, and then the second one is the group of the, like this, that, they, ya, without. Nah, ini the. So there is no single word such as dal tanpa titik atau tak ya dengan 2 titik gitu. Jadi hanya ada yang 3 titik. Nah, jadi nggak ada nih yang tak atau completely d gitu tuh nggak ada in English ya, for T and H combinations. Jadi untuk kombinasi T dan H. Only in Latin or German ya, bahasa Jerman ya, itu clear pronunciation-nya. Tapi kalau di bahasa Inggris untuk kombinasi T dan H ini nggak ada. Kecuali untuk D ya, yang memang betul-betul D gitu. Dying, die hard gitu ya. Nah, itu untuk rules of pronunciation-nya. So, why pronunciations matter? It's because there is a tendency for you, if less knowledge in pronunciations, there will be less survival instinct ya. Jadi insting untuk survive-nya kurang tuh kalau kita lebih banyak tahu grammar tetapi kurang di pronunciations. I'm not saying that grammar is not important. It is important, but the output matter the most gitu. Jadi outputnya itu yang paling bermakna ataupun didengar oleh orang lain gitu. Suaranya gitu. Not just the formulations. Oke. Tadi the dan the ya. Nah, the last one. Kebijakan ya. Kita dengar dulu British English-nya kayak gimana?
Policy. Policy.
Policy.
Policy. Policy.
Policy. Jadi teman-teman bisa lihat di sini ada A yang terbalik ya. Ada A yang tidak terbalik. A yang terbalik ini suaranya cenderung ke O ya, policy. Policy. Yang ini A, policy. Policy.
Policy.
Nah, yang E terbalik seperti ini, itu dibacanya E. Jadi, mau policy atau policy, dua-duanya oke. Ya. Yang jelas bukan polisi atau ininya dibaca I. Jadi, ini dibaca E. Ya. Oke. Nah, itu yang pertama, ini yang kedua, huruf E yang terbalik itu dibaca E. Nah, yang ketiga adalah when you see P plus vowel ya, combinations, it means or it becomes P. Jadi kalau kita ketemu kombinasi antara huruf P dan huruf vokal ya, jadi P-nya itu dibacanya P. So it's not policy, but policy. Bisa dibedakan? Ada P, nah itu ada anginnya tuh ya. Efeknya angin aja ya, jangan air-airnya ya. Jadi policy atau policy. Dibacanya P ya, P. Kalimat lain, kata lain ya, the other word that perhaps containing similar models, yang mengandung model yang sama, itu kayak misalkan pirate atau fool atau apa lagi ya, panic misalkan. Nah, itu dibacanya ya. So this is degree of fluency gitu. Jadi ini tuh titik fluent gitu. Jadi teman-teman akan terdengar lebih fluent gitu ketika menerapkan prinsip ini ya. Silahkan. So we have several examples here from the sentences ya. You may recite ya the sentences. Saya mau tunjuk nih, ada Kak Zidni di sini. Silahkan Kak Zidni, tinggal dibaca aja ya. Apply the formula, aplikasikan formulanya. And then try to, perhaps you may mengartikan what is translate ya, or translate the meaning ya dari kalimat yang dibaca. Sebisanya aja. Silakan Kak Zidni. We have 4 sentences here. Ada 4 kalimat di sini. Which one? Halo Kak Zidni, are you there? Oke, kalau gitu yang lain dulu ya, silakan. Voluntarily boleh?
Hello. Yeah, yes,
Oke, silakan Kak Zidni.
yes.
Mhm.
Empat apa tadi?
Pick one
Ada 4 apa?
sentence. Pilih 1 kalimat dari 4 kalimat
Yang di
ini.
antara 4 ini.
Yes, yang di kotak
aku
merah
bacain
ini
ya.
ya. Nah, aplikasikan formulanya ya. Silahkan.
Oh, cara membacanya ini.
Betul.
Oke. Pick just one. Okay,
Ya.
the third, yeah.
Mhm.
The new managers are expected to implement new policies.
Policies or policies.
Policies.
Okay. Yes, good.
Implement.
Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
One more
Thank you.
person, silakan.
Okay. For me. Oh, no.
Other person.
Next. Okay. Thank you, Mr. G.
You're very welcome, Kak Zidni. Silakan yang lain, voluntarily. Yang mau coba mengaplikasikan ya huruf P, kalau ketemu vowel suaranya jadi P ya. Pirate, pull, panic. Now we have policy here. Policy.
Mau
Silakan.
coba dong.
Boleh siapa ini?
Let me try, Mr. J.
Okay, we have 2 ya. The first one is Kak Desi tadi ya? Is it?
Yeah, sorry for being late. I just got out of
that's
meeting.
okay.
Sorry.
And then after that Kak Riki ya. Silakan Kak Desi.
The second one. The company has adopted a firm policy in shoplifting.
Okay, good. Wah, ini udah kayak baca berita. It's like a weather newscaster ya. Thank you Kak Desi.
Thank you so much.
Ya, Kak Riki, continue.
The present government's policy on education.
Okay. Policy on something. The present government's policy on education. Ya. Thank you very much. Nah, itu dulu ya teman-teman. Now we move into the next presentation. Silahkan if you have questions or something related with English or HR ya, at this moment you may provide it on the comment sections ya. Silahkan diketik di kolom komentar kalau ada ya. Nah, sekarang kita masuk ke bagian kedua ya on our sessions. We are going to talk related with how to create a compelling argument. Ya, how to winning an argument. Bagaimana kita bisa memenangkan argumen ya di boardroom. Boardroom itu ruangan kerja mungkin ya, apakah itu meeting dan lainnya. So guys, I'm going to open with the questions. Why do people reject our ideas? Kenapa orang itu menolak idenya kita? Atau kira-kira kenapa ya? Kalau kita punya ide bagus, tapi orang tetap menolaknya. Or why you still reject other person's ideas? Kenapa kita masih menolak idenya orang lain? Kira-kira from your perspective, what factors that may appears or becomes the reasons behind it? Faktor apa yang menjadi alasan di belakang kenapa orang itu menolak ide orang lain atau kita menolak ide orang lain? Silakan, voluntarily.
Maybe the background is not strong enough, like the base. The reason why the people talking for example that argument.
Oh.
Maybe you need to have like some research or background why you're saying that.
Okay, so it's because of the quality of the data ya. Jadi kualitas datanya.
The data, yeah. Yeah.
So, is there any other reasons yang lain? Thank you, Kak Ricky. Why we still reject other person's ideas? Kak Fitri, silakan. Kak Fitri ya.
I like to reject my supervisor idea. Usually because I don't know, because my background was tax and mathematics and accounting and all. But I cannot deny that I myself, if I want to accept the idea, what I think first is the benefit. So if you come with the idea, and we accept that idea, what the benefits that come with it. So if the benefit doesn't meet the burden or the responsibility that we must carry if we apply this idea, that will be difficult to accept.
Okay, so those ideas must be the bridge ya for our needs gitu ya. Jadi ide tersebut harus jadi jembatan bagi kebutuhan kita ya. So selfish ya. I guess everyone. Semua orang juga kayak gitu.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real ya. Thank you. One more answer. Satu jawaban lagi. Silakan. Voluntarily. Feel free if it is in bahasa Indonesia, that would be fine too. Kalau masih belum ready bahasa Inggrisnya nggak apa-apa. In bahasa Indonesia is okay. Kenapa
I agree
ya?
with Miss Fitria. Normally there's a conflict of interest. Their ideas might be good, but if it interfere with my goal, then I have to reject the idea, right? So I can achieve my goal.
Okay, so the third answer is from Kang Agung ya, is about interest.
Conflict of interest, yeah.
Yes, there is a conflict of interest. So
thank you.
Thank you very much, Kang Agung. So the question is how we are able to manage those. Ya, bagaimana kita bisa memanage hal itu? So basically, people will reject our ideas. Number one, because there is no credibility from our arguments. Jadi argumen kita itu tidak didasarkan pada kredibilitas. Yeah, so how? Yeah, we are about to answer that questions or problems. Yeah, and the second one's there is no empathy, conflict of interest, and then our personal benefits. Yeah, this is the answer related with empathy. So the ideas has no empathy, cannot facilitate our needs. Yeah, that's why we reject it. And the third one, because there is no logics in there. It against, for example, our basic knowledge. Yeah. Jadi Kak Fitria previously stated that my background is in mathematics and then accounting and stuff, etc. So the ideas that perhaps suffice with the needs for Ms. Fitria's should memenuhi, ya, should comply with logics from Ms. Fitria. So this is the three main reasons why our ideas rejected or other persons reject our ideas, or even the opposite, atau mungkin kebalikannya, why we accept other persons ideas. Kenapa kita itu bisa menerima idenya orang lain? Nah, relatively because it composed from these factors. Jadi komposisinya itu terdiri dari 3 faktor ini. And it's been realized by Aristotle so far. Dan ini disadari ya oleh Aristoteles atau Plato ya. Itu 2 nama bagi figur yang sama. Beliau mengatakan bahwa the fool tells me his reasons. Jadi orang bodoh itu akan menyampaikan pendapatnya atau ide-idenya, perspektifnya. But the wise man persuades me with my own gitu. Tapi orang yang bijak itu akan mempersuasi saya itu dengan perspektif saya, dengan idenya saya. Jadi Aristotle ini bikin buku bagus banget, judulnya Retorik gitu. Saya aja belum tamat-tamat itu membaca buku ya. Kalau bahasa Indonesia judulnya in bahasa, the title is Retorika ya. Nah, itu masih belum tamat. Dan satu hal yang paling menarik ya, the things that probably interest the most for me is the ideas of these things. That every single argument should consist of 3 factors here, ya, ethos, logos, and pathos. Jadi kita memberikan ide agar bisa punya peluang diterima oleh banyak orang karena ide kita itu mengandung ketiga hal ini. Kita juga menerima ide orang lain itu karena ide orang tersebut mengandung ketiga hal ini. Apa saja? The first one is ethos or credibility. Jadi yang pertama adalah ethos ya atau kredibilitas. Maka ide yang kita miliki itu harus ya punya kredibilitas. Jadi kredibilitas pertama misalkan bisa didasarkan pada apa kira-kira? What is your ideas? I give you the example, experience. Jadi ide kita kalau mau dianggap punya kredibilitas, sampaikan ide yang mengandung apa yang sudah pernah kita alami. For example, based on my 3 years of experience in HR, then continue. Jadi sebelum menyampaikan kita punya ide apa, ya bungkus idenya ya dengan kredibilitas. Nah, itu nomor pertama adalah tentang experience. Apa kira-kira yang kedua? Selain experience. Do you have some thought? Jadi ide kita kalau mau dianggap kredibel, sampaikan perspektif terkait pengalaman kita sebelum kita menyampaikan idenya. Can we get credibility from other person's ideas? Bisa nggak kita dapat kredibilitas dari idenya orang lain? Come on.
Yeah, can. Yeah, sure.
So,
You mean give credit?
yes. Other person's ideas. And those person should be a credible one. Gitu ya. Jadi orang lain itu yang kita ambil idenya harus orang yang kredibel ya. Jadi kalau when we try to put it into a sentence, for example, Miss Fitrias once said in his book. Nah, misalkan ya ada bukunya nih, Miss Fitria bikin buku misalkan. Jadi ide kita jadi tidak hanya sembarang ide saja, tapi bungkus ya dengan ide orang lain. For example, Miss Fitrias once said in his book that HR should contain empathy. Nah, ini yang bikin orang lain akan, oh ya gitu ya. Nah, itu jadi ada nilai persuasi di sana. Okay, so this is from credibility. So you may took it from an experience, ya. Kita bisa ambil itu dari pengalaman diri kita atau ide orang lain, or other person's experience, ya, pengalaman dari orang lain, or even the data, ya, dari data juga bisa from undang-undang or policies, from popular books, yeah, either textbook or other academical books, yeah. So you may provide the credibility of your ideas first. Nah, yang kedua adalah logic. Jadi harus logis, gitu. Jadi harus logis, tidak melawan hukum alam, ya. Kalimat apa yang melawan hukum alam gitu, misalkan contoh kalimatnya it should be done by tomorrow gitu. Jadi sebagus apapun idenya atau sekredibel apapun idenya, ketika itu melawan logika atau tidak logis atau mustahil, maka pasti akan ditolak meskipun basis dari argumennya hal yang kredibel. Gitu. Jadi kita udah sampaikan based on my 3 years of experience, based on Miss Fitria's books, I think we should do bla 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 and it should be done tomorrow gitu. Nah, itu nggak logis tuh, maka orang akan mengakui idenya tetapi tetap menolak karena tidak logik gitu, tidak logis untuk dilakukan. Kemudian tidak logis itu containing wrong data, misalkan data yang salah, ya. Itu juga bisa membuat ide yang kita sampaikan tertolak. Atau wrong calculation juga bisa, ya. And this is related with logos, ya. Jadi ini tuh bagian dari logos. Kalau tadi ethos, ya. Jadi ethos tuh kredibilitas. Now the last one is pathos, ya. Pathos related with empathy. So the idea should be empathic. Jadi empathic itu the quality of empathy. Jadi kualitas empatinya. Ya, kalau kita hanya sekedar memberikan ide kita tanpa ada pengakuan ya terhadap kebutuhan orang lain, ya tadi ya, benefit gitu kan, that kind of words in pathos gitu. Jadi kata-kata seperti itu tuh ada inside pathos, empathic. So you may provide an empathic sentences. Jadi kita bisa bikin kalimat-kalimat yang empatik, ya. Contohnya apa? Can you give me the examples? Bisa kasih contoh nggak? Kalimat yang contain empathic. I understand that, ya. Apalagi kira-kira?
I can feel you.
Okay. I can feel your objections, ya. Misalkan saya bisa merasakan keberatannya, gitu. I can feel your objections. Atau I've been in your position before, gitu. Nah, ini ya. Nah, tergantung situasinya, which comes first. Jadi, teman-teman bebas mau menggunakan ini 1, 2, 3-nya, mau ethos, logos, pathos, logos, ethos, terserah ya, based on the current situations. Jadi, berdasarkan situasinya. But the main point, your idea should consist of these 3 object, ya, or 3 factors. Jadi, harus ada 3 faktor ini. Jadi, misalkan idenya adalah saya ingin menerapkan kebijakan datang awal waktu, misalkan biasanya datang jam 7 pagi, then tomorrow you should come at 6:30. Ya. So you create empathy first, logic first, or credibility first, that would be fine. Bebas mau dari mana dulu. Kalau misalkan saya mulai dari empathic, ya, I do understand that waking up earlier than before must be a burden. But based on my experience and 3 years in a Microsoft company, these ideas able to blah 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 blah, and the result of this policy, gitu ya, logiknya ya, the result of this policy, it increased the frequency of it increased the performance like minimum for 30%. Gitu. Jadi di bagian logik ini juga ada istilahnya jika atau maka, gitu. Atau kalau dalam bahasa Inggris, if titik-titik, then titik-titik. Oke. Nah, ini teman-teman. So this is the most lovable part of ideas from Aristoteles from me, gitu. Jadi ini saya paling suka banget ya bagian penjelasan tentang ethos, logos, pathos ini dalam memperkuat sebuah argumen. Jadi silahkan ya teman-teman boleh menggunakan ide ini ya ketika atau melatihkan ya diri teman-teman untuk bisa memaparkan kualitas argumen yang lebih baik, the quality of your better argument using these methods. So how to practice it? Kalau ada pertanyaan, latihannya gimana dong gitu. So one step at a time aja ya, satu langkah demi satu langkah. Misalkan 1 minggu ini saya akan memastikan setiap argumen yang saya sampaikan itu mengandung kredibilitas. Nah itu latihan tuh 1 minggu, ada meeting, ada apa segala macam, pokoknya kredibilitas. Nanti minggu depan misalkan I would like to provide a little empathic ya, a little empathy on my from my sentences gitu. Jadi dari kalimat dari argumen saya mau saya tambahkan sedikit nilai empathy. Nanti minggu selanjutnya saya memastikan logic. Nah, ini kalau sudah lebih luas lagi menyampaikan, based on my experience, you will feel better ya during meeting. Nah, teman-teman akan merasakan lebih nyaman gitu nanti saat proses meeting berlangsung. Okay, now before I continue, ya sebelum saya lanjutkan, I give you the opportunity for one question. Saya berikan kesempatan untuk satu pertanyaan. Silakan. 3, 2, 1. Oke. Nah, jadi teman-teman, that is the ideas of ethos, logos, and pathos. Nah, after this, ya silakan. You may free to choose one questions to be answered by you. Ya, teman-teman bisa memilih satu pertanyaan yang teman-teman bisa jawab ya dari presentasi yang disampaikan. Silahkan. Saya berikan waktu, I give you the 20 seconds, ya, 20 detik to analyze the questions, and you pick the questions that you can answer. Silahkan, 20 detik untuk menganalisa pertanyaannya, pilih pertanyaan yang kira-kira teman-teman bisa jawab. Silahkan. Please feel free, raise your hand when you're ready. Acungkan tangannya kalau udah siap. Okay, we have newcomer, ya. There is Kak Lexi, Kak Hani. Welcome aboard.
Sorry for coming late. Such
okay.
a nice question. Thank you.
Silahkan, Kak Lexi.
Me first? Okay, sir.
Yeah.
For number 1, I will start my video. Yeah, sorry if it's not proper. Hello, everyone. So for number 1, I think what's the argument? In my workplace, yeah. To be honest, I guess ethos and pathos are 2 different things that we usually have and powerful in my workplace because who says who and how to show your empathy, it's really will have a different result. Sometimes sometimes your argument is not quite logical, but if you are in a high position or you feel the empathy of someone who say that, like, aduh kasihan, like that, and the ideas is just like, oh yeah, benar juga ya, like that, sir. So yeah, sometimes being logical is the less things happen. Yeah, sometimes in the argument in my workplace. And the second one is time in your own argument. I think you help when bring a lot of information. In my case, yeah, personally, I still stay calm, but I guess people have the emotional frequency, sir. So if they are excited, then I think it's important to have that same frequency that I'm excited. Yeah, we also excited that we're trying to discuss a very important thing. So like important topic, and it's nice to have that's the same frequency. I mean the positive vibes one, but the negative vibes, I guess no. Yeah, I mean like if the emotion have the positive and the negative, but for the negative emotions, no. Yeah, I'm trying to stay calm. If the debate becomes hot, okay. Like I still stay calm.
Thank you.
Last
Thank
one.
you, Galaxy. Yeah, I get the ideas. Yeah, that so ethos, logos, pathos is not enough. Yeah. So number 1, you still to recognize your positions also. Ya, tadi ya kalau dari jawabannya Galaxy ya. Jadi actually ethos logos pathos is not that enough ya if your positions is not really sufficient to back up your argument. That is number one. Number two is your connections outside the boardroom also has apa ya, penentu. What is penentu in English? Determines the result. So that is the two things that I get from Galaxy. Yeah. Thank you, Galaxy, for answering the questions. Yeah.
You're welcome, sir.
Oke. Nah, silakan yang lain. Pilih satu pertanyaan yang bisa teman-teman jawab ya, related with my previous presentations. Ya. Tadi Galaxy sudah kasih 2 jawaban ya atas 2 pertanyaan tuh. Jadi kalau di kantornya posisi juga menentukan ya untuk bisa memenangkan argumen ya. Kadang argumennya not logic ya, sometimes the argument is not that logic, but because of his positions ya, the benefit of higher positions ya perhaps ya. But I don't know, perhaps it related with cultures too ya, work cultures ya in every organizations. Silakan.
Hi, Mr. G, sorry.
Okay. So we have Kak Hani first ya, after that Kak Riki ya, silakan.
Okay.
Okay. I will try to answer the second question. For me, beside what Miss Lexi said, I think it's depend to who we are working with. Because in my field, because I work for children, so emotion has a big role in our argument. Is it helpful for our customer, for the children or not? So I think for me, who we are working with or who are our customers play a big role. Which things help us to win an argument.
Okay. Thank you, Kak Hani ya. So besides positions and also the connections between you and the audience ya, outside the boardroom, we have a new perspective here. Depend on what kind of persons that stand in front of us gitu ya, Kak Hani ya. Okay, continue Kak Riki, silakan.
Okay, I would like to answer the first question.
Yeah.
So in my the powerful one is the ethos, and the second one is the pathos. After that, the last one is logos. The reason is because basically I'm working as an IT in a property company. So we need so we build the product that we have to match the needs from the consumer. So we need the data, what their needs, how about the reality is are they using our product. That's the data that we use. Then if we want to implement something or to improve something, we use the logical thing, the logos one, to make sure that this is what they need, and I think this is the this can be happen to be built as a product, digital product. Yeah, that's from me. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Really nice thought ya from Kak Riki ya. So from his daily basis, in what is urutan in English ya? What is urutan in English? The order, that's right. Yeah, the order of how to use this method is number one is ethos, pathos, and the last one is logos. Yeah. So it can be changed perhaps between ethos and pathos, depend on the customer, yeah, or your audience, ya, Kak Riki, ya. But usually logos comes the last one. Okay, really nice thought. Next, silakan. Yang lain harus praktek semua, ya. Silakan, siapa?
Daisy.
Kak Desi, silakan. Silakan, Kak Desi.
I remember a time during like one of the project. It's in Indonesia. I couldn't say it out loud. Maybe you know this one. I was analyzing the employee like a mental health screening data, and we're trying to identify the individual with the potential psychopathological symptom. Yeah, something like that. With the algorithm, like some stakeholder initially skeptical, and they are not relying on the machine learning or something like that. Because I work as a data scientist, so they are quite sensitive about that, and they questioned it could really help, or if it was just over complicating things. So they're concerned about this kind of methodology because they are not really familiar with these. And then we are trying to make as simple as possible to explain this.
But still,
it was like a combination of like credibility, and also we need to mix with a bit of empathy, like I acknowledge your concern and we are explaining blah blah blah, and our goal was to assist the HR like in early intervention, like to help you to approach a better approach, to know the core of the problem, and we try to give it like the recommender system for HR, like accent plane, so something like that. But it's quite hard to explain it like in a logical way. So we need to describe it like step by step and make it easiest, like as simple as possible. Because the thing here is we as a scientists, we are talking in the statistical way, and they are capturing something in their perspective and their own thinking, that is this really possible to find the root cause? Like, let's say they have a couple of feature, like jabatan, or apakah benar gitu jabatan ini bikin orang stres, bikin orang mengidap mental health? Apakah benar di lokasi ini lebih banyak orang yang terkena mental health? Apakah lagi orang yang memiliki saudara banyak, dia lebih rentan terkena mental health? So something like that. So we try to technically model the things and we try to explain to them. So we just need to combine everything, the empathy, and also to show that we are also know our
So how's the result
goal
so far?
It's on progress. We tried also. Yeah, it's on progress. Maybe the concern is we need to divide the people. Like not everyone can. Nggak semua orang bisa nerima gitu. Mungkin hanya HR atau psychologists Jadi yang penting-penting aja gitu yang ikut. Jadi nggak
Yes.
usah semuanya karena nanti apa ya tubrukan gitu atau apalah.
Yeah,
So it's kind of interesting.
yeah. So it's kind of curhat ya, and also little questions ya. Yeah, thank you for the curhat and the little question ya from Kak Desi. So actually, if you see the formulations of these three things, yeah, like above, ya, it seems look like this. Ya, kalau kita melihatnya dari atas itu kelihatannya seperti ini ya. Three separate things antara ethos, logos, dan pathos. But if you see it like horizontally, ya, secara horizontal bentuknya itu ya seperti ini. Ya, kombinasinya sampai kita betul-betul ke what we call like an agreement. Jadi kalau dilihat dari atas, if we see it from above ya, nah ada tiga hal ini. Tapi kalau dari samping ya bentuknya seperti ini. It's like a circle. And then this is like a process. Yeah, it depends on who the person, what is his job positions. Just like previously said by Kak Lexi and Kak Hani. Yeah, and then you must also recognize what are they, what is their value. It's not what their value. Yeah, what is their core
Their
value?
need maybe.
The most, yeah, what they value the most, what they value the most. Some people value ethos more than others. Some people value pathos more than others. Some people value logos more than others. So you should recognize that kind of persons, which value that comes the most. Yeah. So suppose like this is like ujung tombak, yeah, like the top, the tip of a spears, yeah. Which point, yeah, that become their first priority of their value in terms of credibility. Yeah, perhaps we have credibility here, perhaps, and then second one is logic, and the third one is empathy, for example. So each person has different values. Tiap orang punya nilai yang berbeda-beda, and it works by proses tentu saja ya. Ini bekerja berdasarkan proses. And the things about being logic is, yeah, of course, we cannot give, ya, as a scientist, of course, ya, sebagai seorang ilmuwan, we cannot state something that is, we cannot state the result of the data as a fact, gitu. Jadi kita tuh nggak bisa menyampaikan hasil dari sebuah data itu sebagai fakta. Ya, we simply mentions that data as a phenomena. Gitu. Kita hanya punya kapasitas untuk menyampaikan hasil dari penelitian kita itu sebagai sebuah fenomena, phenomenon. And what support that kind of phenomenon? And we discuss more about the influence from other factors that creates the phenomenon. And we cannot state that it is a fact. Gitu. Kita nggak bisa bilang itu fakta. Yeah. So how about that, Kak Desi?
Sorry. Good. Yeah, I will try this method, also this approach. I think ya mungkin karena aku kadang mix gitu ya. Karena kalau di sini we are directly explaining something, but here, I mean, like in Indonesia, mereka lebih banyak pakai emotional thing. Jadi emang pendekatannya mungkin agak harus ini ya.
Sopan santun, right?
Ya, lebih pelan gitu.
Anggap unggul. Oke, thank you Kak Desi. How about the other? Silahkan yang lain boleh pilih pertanyaan yang bisa teman-teman jawab, or even you have questions ya related with the use of ethos, logos, and pathos. Silahkan Kak Oda. Thank you Kak Desi ya again.
Probably I will pick the first one. Can you hear me right? Right. You
Yeah,
can hear me
I
right?
cannot hear you clearly, but I try my best.
Maybe I just want to set that first. Set.
Ya, silakan continue.
Okay, maybe I will tell my background or my current job. So I'm working for a private company based in Singapore, and it's a insurance company. So we do sell offline and online, and we have a e-commerce page or web e-commerce page. So we have our own e-commerce page. So I actually in a digital marketing department, and yeah, I am in a conversion rate optimization role. That's my current job. So when it comes to declining sales or sales down, my boss usually asks me to find out the root cause of the problem, why the customers do not purchase the product on our website. So the website is, having the sales unit from the PDP, the product page, the landing page, to the purchase page, after the payment page, right? And then we have also installed the platform that records all the user behavior. So we can see the session recording, whatever the customer act on the website, and also we can see the heat map. Like for example, we can see if the buttons is having more clicks. Like if the heat map becomes red, it means that the button is having more clicks, something like that. So I can get the data from the platform that record all the user behavior. So I will retrieve the data from that session recording and the heat map, and also create the funnel from the PDP or product page to the purchase page. So we can see the drop off from that funnel report. And then after that, I have the data and I recognize or analyze the problem, what the problem is. And also I have to produce the ideas from that data to optimize the website. Like we do A/B testing, like for example, we want to test that the placement of the button or the call to action button from the top or the bottom of the placement of the area of the website, like for example. Okay. So the most powerful that I want to say is that the being trusted or the ethos, because my boss always wants to see the data first before I share the ideas of how I can optimize the website. So if there is no any data that I can share to him, the ideas that I share to him will be like my assumption, something like that. So he will directly reject my ideas because it does not. It's not based on the data. So yeah, I think for this question, the most powerful is that we have to share the data and make sure that the data is having good quality and can prove that the data is showing the root cause of the problem, something like that.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you, Kak Oda. Yeah, so here we can see that the use of trusted sources, or the credibility of your sources is really berpengaruh, has influence, yeah, in terms of the use of other factors such as logic or even emotions. Yeah, thank you for the ideas, Kak Oda ya. Silakan teman-teman yang lain, Kak Fitria perhaps. Do you have any ideas?
Oh,
Which questions?
wait, sorry for the delayed connection. Well,
Yeah.
as an HR, I really want to answer all those 5, but
Be
oh
patient.
yeah, no,
Bagi-bagi buat
but
yang
no,
lain ya.
I will choose just one. I think the last one,
The last
which
one.
is, yeah, do you think how we look and talk can help people trust us more, and can that build our ethos? Well, of course, I think how we look and talk can help people trust us more, and I practice that. What we call it, sengaja dan nggak sengaja.
Purpose. Apa ya?
Yeah, I practice that.
Intention or unintentionally?
Yeah, intentionally and
Intended or
unintentionally.
unintended?
Yeah. I don't know why, but sometimes I got my job. I got a new job because of how I look and talk. Like when I was still a very junior, when I was still the junior in my office, my the head of my office asked me to give me a role that it actually cannot be assigned to a junior. It's a help desk officer where actually only the tax consultant in my office can be in that position, but my boss wanted me to be in that position because he said I look patient. And so I never I rarely interact with him before. I didn't know how he judged me that I was patient, because I'm not. I don't think. But that's what my image was in his opinion. And also, yeah, I think as an HR, it's really helped me. It really my look and the way I talk and the way I carry myself really, what we call it,
Determine.
empathize, not empathize, apa, menekankan to
Yeah, emphasize.
emphasize, not empathize, yeah, emphasize my my role. I mean, if I order, usually in my experience, if I order the employees to do this thing and that thing, there is not much of a there is no objection from them, there is no refusal from them, but if other people, or maybe other people from other person from my team order order them to do this and that, they will usually refuse. So I think, yeah, really, yeah, the way you present yourself really help.
Present yourself.
Yeah, present yourself really help people to trust you.
So in conclusions, yeah, from what Miss Fitria says, is like the way you use your vocal, verbal, and visual. Nah, ini public speaking banget ya. So how you maintain your vocal variety, your vocal quality, and then how you pick sentences, yeah, in terms of how to speak with certain persons, and how to visualize yourself, and then how you are able to visualizing your description, your descriptive thought, yeah, to others may determine, yeah, the quality of your argument, not just because it has credibility, empathy, and a lot logic, yeah. So thank you Kak Fitria ya. Nah, teman-teman, we are in the end of our sessions right now. Alhamdulillah kita udah di ujung perjumpaan kita nih. So before I close the sessions, I need each one of you to state what is the benefit you get from these sessions, or what is the new knowledge you get from these sessions in terms of number one, working in HR, or even English feedback previously, or how to use the ethos and logos and also pathos to strengthen your argument. Silakan, satu persatu ya. Silakan Kang Adam, di-unmute dulu Kang.
Yeah, Mr. J, thank you so much for the opportunity. So first of all, thank you, Ms. Fitria, for sharing your, your experience or your perspective about your job in your institution, not the company. Yeah. And it's really nice to know that we know now we know the this side area based on becoming the employee and also the HR and also perhaps the stakeholders, but yeah, the HR and also the employee itself. And yeah, it's really nice as well to hear the feedback from Mr. G about the pronunciation and so on and so forth. And also, I think that's all from me, Mr. G. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kang Adam, for your thoughts. Silakan, you may point out someone, Kang Adam. Mr.
I'd
Adam.
like to thank you, Mr. G. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'd like to point out KBK ya. Takabalumi naming KBK.
Kabuki nanti beda tuh.
If it's not KBK, yeah, I think I want to point out Bro Ricky ya. Either KBK or Kak Ricky, because same with Kiki, right? Kiki.
Okay, I think Fitria has raised the hand first. Maybe after Fitria.
Well, no, I just actually because I'm afraid that this session comes soon and before I get a feedback. So yeah, please, guys, if you, Mr. G and maybe the rest of the members, if you want to correct or criticize me, the way I present, I will really appreciate it, and I will, I hopefully, not hopefully, but I won't take it as what I won't take it as I'm not. I will, as an assault, or I will not reject it. So yeah, please just do. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much, Mr. G, for your time. That's the question that lingers in my head because you, of course, you must make your time to bring this community back, and thank you so much for doing that. And thank you so much for you guys who also give time to listen to me, and I hope you gain something from it. Yeah, and that's all my 2 cents about this session. And yeah, please give your feedback for me. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Kak Fitri. Ya, silahkan ya tuh yang mau ngasih feedback ke Kak Fitri, boleh ya. Jangan aja nggak apa-apa. Ya, silahkan.
Yeah, I have something.
Gimana?
Kak Ricky, you want to say something, Ricky?
Yeah.
Bro Ricky.
No, you go first. Yeah, it's
okay. So I'd like to appreciate the way Miss Fitria present the experience, because if I were her, I couldn't do that because she could give the speech that long. That's very nice. Even she likes to highlight the background first, the background, the story behind it, and also the slide. I love it so much. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Miss Fitria. Bro Ricky, your turn, please.
Hi. Okay. So I didn't expect that the topic would be so different. I was expecting that only an HR and stuff. Then Mr. D explaining other thing about the pathos, logos. Yeah. And I really appreciate Miss Fitria for your presentation and for your perspective as an HR, and you're being empathetic, how to be an employee in HR's perspective. And also, I want to say thank you to Mr. G for explaining how to be wise to be wise when you're arguing, when you're making an argument, and when you're debates with your or your partners in your work. It's really insightful. Meanwhile, previously I had just read about the book that is called Madilog. Yeah, it's about the thinking structure and how you determine something and how you define something when you convey your arguments. That's really interesting. It is really related to your topic, Mr. G. Thank you so much for this Zoom session. Thank you.
Appreciate your presence also, ya, Kak Ricky, ya. You should present, ya, your ideas in terms of how you see that book, ya. Teman-teman yang lain bantuin dong nanti next sessions, ya, jadi presenter juga, latihan, ya. It is really hard for me also, ya, to speak in English because kalau jarang digunakan, when it is rarely to use, the competency becomes lost, ya. Oke, silakan dilanjut. Ada Kak Salsa Bila nih dari UPI. Silakan Kak Salsa. Halo Kak Salsa.
Halo Mr. G.
Ya,
Wait a second. Okay, really thanks for your opportunity. Actually, I just pray. So sorry, I missed the session before. So what should I do?
Okay, so just mentions what is something new you get from the previous presentations. Yeah.
Okay, something new that I get from this session is about HR life from Miss Fitria, and also apa ya tadi tuh? And also about face somebody who maybe cerita ke kita, and then we should wisely to take response, and then wisely forgive some advice, and also to be calm even though she or he made or something, to memberitahu cerita itu ke kita like that. Thank you.
Thank you Kak Salsa. Nggak apa-apa, that's normal ya, that's normal. We are not native speakers, so this is a club for non-native speakers. So this kind of difficulties is normal ya. Terima kasih ya Kak Salsa. Come again next week ya. Silahkan lanjut ke Lexi. Kak Lexi, silahkan. What is something new you get from the previous presentation from Kak Fitria and also from me?
I just came, sir, when in your session, so
okay.
I wasn't here.
One new insight.
She did great. Congratulations, Miss Fitria. Miss you so much.
Miss you too. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe that she did her best.
That's it? Okay. Continue, silakan. Kak Hani, silakan.
Okay. First of all, thank you for Mr. G and Miss Fitria to present their thought for today and their experience. And For me, something I can tell maybe today is because I entered in Mr. G session.
Mhm.
I think maybe how we deal with people at work, and yeah, because yeah, we know that we can sometimes use ethos, pathos, and logos based on yeah, our situation and condition. Maybe so it makes me thinks more how to use it. Yeah, something like that.
Oke, thank you Kak Hani.
Yeah.
See you again ya. Silakan lanjut Kang Agung. As a closure.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. G and Miss Fitria, for all the knowledge that you have shared today.
Yeah.
I learned few things, such as the important role of HR in a company, and few few pronunciation from Mr. G. I didn't know before, and also about the ethos, pathos, logos is also a new thing for me. So knowledge actually is the greatest investment, right? And then I also get to meet all the excellent people here. Yes, all of you. Thank you very much. I think that's yeah, that's it. Thank you, Mr. G and Mr. Wisria, once again.
Thank you Kang Agung. Okay, next sessions perhaps on offline sessions ya kayaknya. Nanti sesi selanjutnya kayaknya harusnya offline ya. Kang Adam should help me ya. Thank you. So, continue silakan Kak Zidni. Apa nih hal baru yang Kak Zidni dapat di sesi kita hari ini? Silakan Kak Zidni. Oke, ya.
Halo.
Ya, halo.
Halo. Saya hidupin kamera nggak ya? Oh bisa. Halo. Yang didapat ya?
Ya.
Ini vibes-nya English lagi, lingkungan English lagi yang mungkin selama ini udah jarang, jadi thank you so much. Terus ternyata topiknya cukup umum ya. Kayak apa tadi pathos dan segala macamnya tuh bermanfaatnya bukan cuman topik English tapi beneran topik yang relate gitu sama kita. Itu sih, thank you so much. Vibe and manfaat real gitu. Terima kasih banyak. Assalamualaikum.
Sama-sama Kak Zidni. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Siapa yang belum ini? Lexi udah, Salsa udah, Kak Oda, Kak Riki udah. Oke, semuanya sudah ya? Oke. So, to close this session, ya, untuk menutup sesi kita hari ini, I have a really nice quotes ya from Plato. Ya, the sentence is, what convinces is conviction. Jadi apa yang meyakinkan itu pasti adalah sebuah keyakinan. Saya ulang ya. Apa yang meyakinkan itu pastilah sebuah keyakinan. So believe in the argument that you're advancing. Jadi pastikan kita saat menyampaikan argumen itu, kita sendiri yakin dengan apa yang kita sampaikan gitu. Kalau kitanya sendiri tidak yakin, when we are not really sure with our own argument, so how come we expect someone to believe in our perspectives or arguments? So, thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. G.
Yeah, see you
Thank you, Miss Fitria.
next week ya.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum, everyone.
Bye everyone.
Salam.